It is Wednesday, and it is time for the Why So Serious show. I'm Jesse Morrison alongside Max Bechtold and Mallory Schnell. I think Max is playing video games.
Yes, I am.
You're just gonna play video games during the show.
I am, but it's just PGA Tour 2K21, so I can focus on two things at once with this game.
So Jeremy is very into that game, but he can't figure out how to play as Justin Thomas.
Playing as actual players is almost impossible in this game. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm just playing as my creative player.
Do you like it though? Is it a good game?
It takes a while to get used to, but I'm actually really starting to get the hang of it and like it. So.
Is it better than Tiger Woods PGA Tour?
They're very different. I don't know which one is better. I like this one because the online settings and creative course settings are a lot better. So you can pretty much play any course in the world if you go online, which I'm very intrigued by. But the gameplay is clearly less fun.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, we had a Game 7 in the NBA tonight, Oklahoma City and Houston, and it was a matchup of two former ASU stars, James Harden, Luguentz Dort. They matched up against each other. Harden was terrible on offense. Luguentz Dort was...
Hear what Harden just said on ESPN?
He said a certain foul word that starts with an S.
He said, I played like bleep. Yeah.
He played like bleep. I don't care either. I mean, it's better content. Now, Jeremy would be like, there's kids that look up to him.
Would Jeremy say something like that?
Oh, he says that all the time to me. He's like, I can't believe that guy used bad language in an interview. It's Jeremy's it's Jeremy's oldest take, like his oldest person take.
I recently ordered a Lou Dort jersey and was wearing it tonight, but wasn't watching the game until like the last 30 seconds. Then I took it off because I wanted a really deep cut jersey. But yeah, I watched the last 30 seconds of the game, and the last 30 seconds were majorly disappointing compared to what I saw on social media for the rest of the game. So
yeah, it was a great game, but the last 30 seconds just horribly run plays by Billy Donovan and the Thunder. I don't know what they were doing on that inbounds play. I don't know why Gallinari missed. I saw Gallinari going up for the free throw, and I was like, oh man, it just looks like he's gonna miss. And lo and behold, he missed. So
yeah. Charlie Turner Thornton tweets out, checkmark, Lakers up next at James Harden. Fear the beard. #forks up.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure she would have tweeted the exact same thing if it was Lou Dort. Yeah. But yeah, no. But I don't know though. I think Charlie has a good relationship with James Harden. And so I don't know what her relationship is with Dort, because Dort was there a year less than Harden was. So I don't know. I don't know what that means to that. But all I can say is that if Luguentz Dort rides a cruise ship, Luguentz Port.
Yeah.
Yeah, go take a walk, Jesse. Sun Devils men's basketball Twitter was torn. Didn't know who to root for, but either outcome was good. So yeah, that was the Game 7. We've got a Game 7 in hockey coming up. Colorado Avalanche has forced a Game 7 versus the Dallas Stars, so that will be happening in the next few days. We love Game 7s, right, Jesse?
I'm such a big Game 7 person. I love Game 7s. That's my favorite thing ever. But you know what happens if Lou Dort puts a bunch of blankets over a couch?
Lou Fort?
Lou Fort.
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah.
I hate you so much.
Shaq.
Even though this is exactly my kind of humor, but
Shaquille O'Neal goes on to the cover of the oatmeal of Quaker Oats, Shaquille Oatmeal.
Hilarious.
Bo Bichette joins a frat. Bro Bichette.
I didn't get that one.
Okay, what else happened in the NBA? Oh, how could I forget? The Miami Heat defeated the Milwaukee Bucks today, 116-114. And I don't know if you guys saw the ending of this game, but it was
Nah, I slept through it.
It was won by free throws with 0 seconds left. So Jimmy Butler could either miss the free throws, go into overtime, or he could make them and win the game. There was 0 seconds on the clock after the free throws. So it was very clutch. Jimmy Butler. I think, do we have a bub date a little bit later? Or are we doing that now?
I didn't put on the show plan, but we're gonna do it now. But Jeremy said that the Heat got lucky and that it really wasn't a foul on the Bucks. I saw the play of a replay. I think it could go both ways. It could be a call, it could be a no call. But I don't know. I thought it was a decent call.
The referees really want Milwaukee to win. There were a lot of questionable calls.
Exactly what a Miami Heat fan would say.
Yeah. I have a video to show. It's kind of part of the update. Let me get it up. So Dwayne Wade was a virtual fan today. So after the first time out, and Jimmy Butler was popping off a little bit, he went and dapped D-Wade, virtual D-Wade up.
We're the Bucks were the home team. How did D-Wade get into this?
Hey, he's D-Wade, you know?
Yeah, but I guess he probably knows somebody in the Milwaukee Bucks organization because he went to Marquette.
Marquette, yeah.
Yeah.
No, also there's always a visiting section in the virtual fans as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Just because there's many different ways that you can be a virtual fan. There's that beer that they keep advertising.
Michelob Ultra?
Yeah. So there's that. You could also get in if you're like a season ticket holder and the organizations reach out to you directly. Or you can go via a seat filler website like One Iota, and you can be rooting for either team if you do it through that. So.
Okay, because I'm planning on it soon for one of my teams. Maybe the Lakers. Wear my Cavs LeBron jersey. What'd you say?
Yeah, Cavs.
Max, speaking of beer, what are your top 5 beers?
Top 5 beers?
Starting with number 5.
Oh, God. It'd be easier if I started from 1.
Okay, start from 1.
Okay, starting from 1, Mango Cart from Golden Road Brewing. Number 2, Spotted Cow.
Da-da!
Number 3, High Speed Wit.
Da-da!
Number 4, Guinness.
Da-da!
And number 5. That's tough. Those are like the 4 I usually drink.
Come on, throw in like a cheap American beer for like a baseball game.
For a baseball game, if I'm going to a stadium or something, I'm usually drinking Coors or Michelob Ultra. One of those two, either Coors or Michelob Ultra. I'm drinking.
There we go. Max's top 5 beers. Right,
yeah.
What is next on our show plan?
Well, I do have one more like wholesome bub date thing.
Oh yeah.
We saw a video of Fred VanVleet's kids arriving to the bubble the other day. Now we've got this other wholesome video of the daughter saying, "I love you, Daddy," before his game. So very cute.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Your sound's off, but I could see what she was saying.
There's no sound. There was no sound in the video.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You can see her mouth move. Yeah.
It's so cute. I wish that they would put the families though in like a roaring crowd section with matching shirts.
Winnie Harlow is in the bubble with Kyle Kuzma.
Who's that?
The model, Winnie Harlow, the one that Kyle Kuzma's dating. Whatever.
Mallory, put it on the poll. Do you know who Winnie Harlow is?
Yes.
We'll put it on the poll. I don't think our audience will know who that is.
Let me see how many followers Winnie Harlow has. Hold up here.
So Max,
8.2 million.
2 million? Okay, well still put it on the poll.
8.2 million.
You know, I might have heard of her now that you're thinking about it, but still put that on the poll because oh, her. Yeah. But put that on the poll. I don't think that most people know who that is. Like I feel like models are like somewhat made.
Oh, there goes Jesse again.
Yeah.
So what's next on the show plan? NFL. Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, there you go, Mallory.
So I'm just gonna this Buccaneers team feels a lot like that Nets team a couple of years ago.
With all the rejects, Leonard Fournette's really good though. He had a really good year last year. Like
Not real.
He kind of did. Like if you look up his numbers, like he had like 1,200 yards on the ground.
Yeah, on like 3.1 yards per carry. This is the Buccaneers this year. Yeah, that's the Buccaneers this year.
I don't get it.
4.3 yards per carry, 1,100.
It's a team who looked like a super team because they had Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Darren Williams, and they ended up being terrible. The Buccaneers are going to go like 6-10 this year. I almost guarantee it.
Wow, that's.
I mean, they might win 6 games either way because there's no way they're getting in 16 games this season, but still.
Yeah, you don't think they're getting 16 games in?
No.
I think it's easier for the NFL to get in their amount of games that they want to.
The advantage is that the advantage is that they have a week in between games.
Yeah,
that's the biggest advantage is they have a week to test and stuff like that.
And so far, they've been surprisingly amazing on their tests. We'll see what happens when they travel, but
hopefully they can keep that up. I'd love there to be NFL football this year. Like, hopefully they can keep that up.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so. Max, you weren't on Monday's show, but how much did you go crazy for Austin Peay and Central Arkansas?
I wish I could say I watched more of it than I did. That being like 1 minute of it because I didn't watch any of it. I wish I did because, I mean, obviously I'm a huge college football fan. But Austin Peay and Central Arkansas just doesn't get me to turn it on, honestly. So.
At one point, I believe Central Arkansas's quarterback was 18 for 43 with 2 picks.
Sounds about right. That's what I love about college football also, though, is that stuff like that can happen where you just get a quarterback who seems like he's never played football before.
My favorite part is this was a neutral site game in Alabama with like – it was just looked so sad. It was just like like it encompassed 2020. You had like 15 fans in the stands. You had the worst college football like I've ever seen in my life. And then you're just sitting there like, now, why are they playing this?
I have seen Austin Peay play live once. They lost 73-20. So
I didn't go to the game. I didn't go to the game, but Virginia Tech beat them like 42-0. Like. Yeah. 7 years ago when Logan Thomas was the quarterback, now a tight end for Washington.
It was Wisconsin versus Austin Peay. I believe it was when Scott Tolzien was quarterback for Wisconsin, and they just absolutely slammed him.
The Tolzer.
Yeah. All-time at the time, all-time leader in passing efficiency in college football history. Then he was surpassed by Russell Wilson.
All right, so
also a Wisconsin player.
So I watched the first half of Hard Knocks. Haven't finished the second half.
I've still only watched the first episode.
Oh my gosh, Max, you were missing out.
I know. I need to catch up.
This one is a lot more serious than a normal Hard Knocks episode. They start off with like Sean McVay reading about the Jacob Blake news. So that, and then they like flash right away to like Mike Williams hurting his shoulder. So it's not the normal like, oh my gosh, I love Hard Knocks, but like it was still, you know, it was interesting. You know, they were having important conversations. I think that the second half of the episode will deal with them. Like, I don't know if those teams canceled practice, but I think I don't know, but we'll see what the second half of the episode deals with, because I think that they started with that, then went through like the beginning of the week, and then they're going to go to that at the second half of practice, but roster cuts are a big theme in this week's episode. See some guys get cut. But yeah, it's been an okay episode of Hard Knocks, but I'm kind of excited for next year's Hard Knocks because I don't know how I feel about the two teams. Honestly, I kind of would have just rather had the Rams. There's been some really good Chargers stuff. Like I'm a big fan of their wide receivers coach, like I said, but like I could use more him and less of the rest of the team.
Well, there he goes. This is like the third time. Like I said, I could watch in 42 minutes of McVay just talking generally. So I'd take a Hard Knocks, just Rams, obviously, any day. So, yeah, I don't need the Chargers. That's kind of the thing that's holding me back from watching it, is because I just don't want 20 minutes of the Chargers every episode.
Justin Herbert it's really funny to watch him suck.
That would be funny. That would be funny, obviously, with my jersey. It would be funny to watch.
Yeah, suck. The best part of the episode so far is when he's like in the pocket and Anthony Lynn's just like, "Oh, that's a sack." He's gonna be so bad. Tyrod Taylor's already their starter for week 1. I'm not Justin Herbert will see the field.
I feel like Herbert has potential to be good.
Oh, he throws like the most insanely good ball that I've ever seen.
Justin Herbert is like the perfect combination between like Aaron Rodgers and Nathan Peterman. Like, yeah, he is like right in between the two, where half the time he'll look like Peterman and half the time he'll look like Aaron Rodgers. He can make passes that only Aaron Rodgers can make, but he will make throws as bad as only Nathan Peterman will make. Like, he is like right in between the two.
Yeah, and I'll give him credit. Like, he came back to Oregon instead of going pro when his completion percentage was down. He totally upped his completion percentage. Like, he won the Rose Bowl. He did everything right his senior year, other than that horrible performance against the Sun Devils.
Honestly, if you showed me the 10 best Justin Herbert passes from his college career, I'd be like, that guy potential be the greatest quarterback of all time.
He was really good in the Rose Bowl, right?
He didn't throw the ball very well, but he ran the ball really well. He had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Wait, yeah, that's right. So he can run a little bit. He's pretty like
he's definitely mobile. He'll have some rushing yards this year. Yeah, or whenever he starts.
Especially since he's like 6'6", 230 pounds. Like he is not he's not a small guy. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to watch. I think that storyline they need to just focus on a lot. They needed to focus on a lot more with the Chargers.
Yeah, and the Rose Bowl, I believe he went from like 3 minutes left in the first quarter to like 10 minutes left in the game without completing a single pass, and he still played well. Like he went like 2.5 hours of real time without completing a single pass, and he still played well. Like, which I give him a lot of credit for, is that even when he's not throwing the ball well, he can still be a productive player and a good leader. Like, I'll give him credit for that.
Have you heard about Bengals camp?
No.
Joe Burrow lighting on fire.
Well, of course.
They had like
amazing passer.
They had a practice where he went 6 for 6, I think, and was just insane.
Well, he's the best pure thrower of the football since Mahomes. And if you take Mahomes out, I don't even know the last person who was the best pure thrower since Burrow.
I mean, maybe Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, but that was what, like 15 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean, other than you take Mahomes out because Mahomes is just a different level. I think pure thrower Burrow is better than Andrew Luck. Luck is better cerebral player and a more physical player, but Burrow is a better pure thrower than Luck was.
Yeah, and he's probably going to take care of the ball a lot better. Luck threw a lot of picks. Like especially his rookie year. Like his rookie year numbers are pretty bad. He would just go on that. He would just go on like drives at the end of games and win games and just turn it on, and everybody knew he was going to, be good and get better because of how he performed in clutch time. But I think Jeremy is super wrong on Joe Burrow, because Jeremy's been telling me so much how Joe Burrow is going to be a bust. He's not that good. He's going to be a game manager. He only had one good season, which I would debate that. I would debate that his junior season was okay, but not bad. Like he won the Fiesta Bowl. That takes some talent.
Here's the thing on Joe Burrow. His junior wasn't great, but LSU has handicapped quarterbacks for our entire lifetime. And finally, they got a coordinator.
Marcus Russell, and he was very good, and Matt Flynn was also very good.
Yeah, but Zach
Mettenberger wasn't terrible.
Look back on them though. Look at their stats.
They
were just good because they're decent quarterbacks on a team that was winning 10 games in the SEC. Joe Burrow, once he finally got a coordinator who would call plays for him, had probably the second greatest single season for a college football player in the last 30 years.
Who had the first?
Cam Newton.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to go Russell Wilson, and I was about.
Well, if we really want to get technical, Russell Wilson probably did, but let's not go there. Cam Newton and Joe Burrow have had the two best single seasons of quarterbacks, of overall players in college football over the last 30 years. Joe Burrow is like the most insanely good quarterback I've seen in a long time just by throwing the ball. If you're just talking about throwing the football. I haven't seen a player like him in college in a long time, and he was playing against the best competition every single week. And he was still hitting passes that I haven't seen any other quarterback hit. Go back and watch some of his highlights, and it's just unbelievable to watch.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow is going to be a superstar. I firmly believe
I think so too. And also another thing, and I hate to rag on Jeremy when he's not here, but Jeremy, he's so old, and I'm like, I think he's younger than Russell Wilson was when Russell Wilson came into the league. So
and he's got the perfect level of swagger too, where he's got just enough where he has this confidence every time he hits the field that he's going to play great, but he has just like low enough where he's still motivated and he can still go crazy and has something to prove. Like, he's a perfect combo.
Mallory, what do you think?
Oh yeah, I agree.
Mallory,
100%, totally agree with everything you guys are saying.
Mallory, you're a Dolphins fan. Are you excited for Ryan Fitzpatrick?
No, Tua's gonna be great.
Yeah, but he's not started. He's not. It's still Ryan Fitzpatrick.
It'll be Tua pretty soon.
I have something just fell. I have to go in my apartment. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Well, Max, did you hear about the sad MLB news?
No.
Tom Seaver
I did. Away. Yeah, I heard about it.
Tom Seaver, one of the best pitchers of all time. I believe he was on the Miracle Mets.
Yeah, that's what my ESPN alert said.
Yeah, he was. 19. I believe that was 1969. He was 24. He was 25-7 with a 2.21 ERA that year. And then he had another year in 71 where he was 20-10 with a 1.76. So insane.
1.76.
Yeah, 1.76. Career 311 and 205 with a 2.86. Over 3,600 strikeouts. So one of the best. I think he was battling dementia or Alzheimer's, or that's the same thing. But yeah, so sad. Another 2020 legend gone. Speaking of legends, since Mallory's not back yet, I don't know do you have a movie segment today?
Yeah, I can have one.
Okay, because I wanted your thoughts on Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'll play your intro.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment. Well, kind of.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
There are no two words in the English language more harmful than good job. It always have passed.
Here's Movies with Max.
Hey, guy, I guess. There's only one of you here. All right. So you want Chadwick Boseman thoughts?
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman, he's an interesting one. Obviously it was so incredibly unexpected. I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning that day because I went to bed super early. I'm usually an early bed person, but I went to bed even earlier than usual that night. And I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and just went on Instagram and saw something about it. And I'm like, okay, there's no way that's true. I just turned off my phone, went back to sleep, and then woke up at 7 and like vaguely remembered it and like looked on Twitter, and obviously it was my entire Twitter feed. And just the incredible courage to do all of the movies that he did while battling this horrible disease, and keeping it all private, keeping it all secret. Just such a surreal and interesting story. As an actor, I don't think since in probably the last, honestly, 50 or 60 years, I can say this. I don't think there's been an A-list blockbuster movie star that has taken every role that they've done as seriously as Chadwick Boseman. I can honestly say that. You watch any Chadwick Boseman role, he was taken so seriously. He wanted to give the best performance that he possibly could every single time he went out there. There was never a single phoned-in performance that Chadwick Boseman gave. And I think that's kind of what I'll remember his legacy as being, is just somebody who gave 100% every single time, wanted to create characters that were meaningful, that were inspiring, that actually meant something to people every single time he went out there. I don't like to use the term going for an Oscar or anything like that, because I think that there's a lot more to acting and to art than going for Oscars. But he seemed like he was motivated to do something great, to go for the greatest achievements every single time he stepped on the stage and was filmed for the screen. I think his legacy, as time goes on, will really gain and will really grow. I think he'll be looked back on as an all-time great, honestly.
Oh, definitely. And I think most people were introduced to him in 42, the Jackie Robinson movie. And,
the draft day was the first time I saw him, so another sports movie.
I keep forgetting about that. But I remember I saw some article today that said that he never played baseball before. And just to go off your point of how serious he took his role, he very much appeared like a skillful baseball player in that movie. And that movie, I was like, man, I've never heard of this guy, but he's gonna be quite the star.
Yeah. I always think, like, I think of Avengers Endgame as like the example for him. He's in Avengers Endgame for like 3 minutes, but you can tell he just has that seriousness where he wanted to make that movie as great as he could, and in that tiny little bit of screen time, he was going to give the best performance he could. And I will say, just as a suggestion, I still think it's the best movie of the year. His last movie to be released while he was still alive was The Five Bloods, which is currently on Netflix. I think it's by far his best performance ever. I actually do think he'll win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for it. And it's such a profound role now, knowing what happened afterwards, and knowing that he probably knew that was a possibility that would be his last role to be released while he was still living, because a lot of the movie is dealing with grief, is dealing with death, is dealing with the death of a friend. I think it's so profound now. I think that movie has taken on an extra level of just powerfulness. So I would just heavily recommend watching that, because it's an incredible performance by Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, I want to watch that one. And then my dad said that the James Brown biopic is very good, and he does a great job in that.
I haven't seen it, but I've wanted to check it out because I've heard he's fantastic in that.
Yeah, so that's the one that's those two I think I'm gonna definitely watch. So I believe you're going to a socially distanced movie theater.
Yeah, I'm going to a movie tomorrow. In about 12 hours, I'll be sitting in a movie theater watching a movie. My local theater has, because here in Wisconsin, we have a limit of gatherings of 10 people. And so the theaters have actually taken that very seriously. So there's only 10 total people allowed in each movie theater at a time. And so I saw that. The seats that they're selling are very distanced away from each other. I'm not going to be within probably 15 seats of anyone else. And so Tenet is out right now, and it's a big deal movie. It was supposed to be probably the biggest blockbuster of the summer, and so I decided, hey, it seems like my theater is really taking it seriously. It seems like it's going to be pretty safe. Masks are required, obviously, as they are in my entire state. And so I decided, let's try it out. Let's see. And if I get 20 minutes into the movie and I don't feel like it's safe, I'll leave, and that's fine. But yeah, I'm going to go try it out. Hopefully it works out great.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like the way to do it. Like, I've been saying, like, I feel like these sports leagues are like, you know, we have to have thousands of fans. I'm like, why can't you allow fans in, but like 500? Like 500 fans, like 2 groups per section of the stadium.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
I don't understand. Like, you could still have fans, but, you know, instead of just no fans or 20,000, like, I don't understand why. Like, I think that's great that your theater is doing that. And I just have one question though. Like, obviously you got to wear a mask, but like if you get popcorn or whatever, since you're that far away, can you pull it down to eat your popcorn? Like,
when eating and drinking, you can take the mask off.
Okay.
And probably when sitting, you can take the mask off. I don't know. I'll see when I go. Last I checked, I believe.
I imagine it's like an airplane. If you're sitting, just watching the movie, probably keep it on. If you have to take it off to eat and drink, that's like the exception.
Yeah. I got the back row, which I think is good because nobody will be like facing towards me at all.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's a good idea because you have no one breathing behind you.
Exactly.
I'll also probably bring some wipes and wipe down your seat before.
I had my mom because my mom is obsessive about like wipes and hand sanitizer and stuff. I had my mom leave me out. I think she left out like 5 wipes and a thing of hand sanitizer, a mini thing of hand sanitizer. So I'm gonna wipe down my seat, wipe down my cup, wipe down my popcorn bucket. I've already ordered all of it in advance because you pre-order it and just go and pick it up, so you don't have to wait in a line, you don't have to interact with anyone, you don't have to pay there. And so yeah, I mean, I think anybody who really has spent time around me knows I'm taking this very, very seriously, this whole COVID situation very, very seriously. I wouldn't do this unless I felt comfortable. I looked at all of the safety restrictions my theater is taking. I feel comfortable. And so I hope that this turns out to be a really positive and good experience so that this can be a thing that I can do for a while. So
Yeah. And I think it's definitely, like I said, better than a drive-in, because like what I figured out when going to a drive-in is like, dang, this takes up so much gas. I went to a double feature. I don't think I would go back to a double feature. Number one, because I get bored. And then number 2, it was a lot of John Belushi. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of John Belushi.
But especially when you're sitting in your car, because I went to go see Call of the Wild drive-in way a long time ago, back when I was in Arizona still, which was months ago. And I was like, by 40 minutes into the movie, I was so bored because I was just sitting in my car and I was just like, ugh.
And like
I just wish I was home right now. Like,
yeah, and like the thing about it was like, I wanted to have my car on because that's what gives you the movie theater experience. Because if you don't have it playing through your speakers and you have it like on a phone radio, like that's just lame. And you've got to just watch it at home at that point.
Solution: bring a Tesla to the drive-in movie theater. You're not wasting gas. If you get bored, there's plenty of apps you can use. And yeah, take a Tesla to a drive-in.
Yeah, but there's a problem with the Tesla too. It might run out of charge.
It's true.
No, it's not gonna. If you charge it fully, you're not It's like.
Well, good for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, What about
Like-
4? Like I spent 4 hours at the Starlight Drive-In in Glendale.
Like my issue is those. I'm like a big time like daytime movie person. Like I like seeing movies during the like day, during the morning, and stuff. And so like when I went to a movie at like 8:00 at night, I was just like, ugh, I'd rather just be home right now. Like honestly, like I don't want to see this movie where this CGI dog is jumping over ice with Harrison Ford right next to it. Like I don't care.
On the agenda. Has he done his 11 through 20 rankings yet?
No, and this is. Oh, but first thing, I'm gonna try to find a theater that acts the same way as Max's theater in Arizona because everything's open again. We'll see how that goes.
Are iPicks
Probably
open?
not well.
Yeah, like the iPick like that I
No,
went. to.
iPick does not exist anymore in Arizona.
What?
Yeah, it was taken out in like January.
What? I'm looking
Yeah.
Oh, that place was so cool.
Yeah, no, it was taken out in like January.
The movie scared me, but
permanently closed.
I had keto chicken tenders with Max,
Yeah, the keto chicken tenders were amazing.
and I had a keto
I was so
margarita.
bummed. Yeah, I was so bummed when it closed. But
Are
yeah,
the
it
ones
closed.
in Florida
way
still
back.
open?
Yeah, I believe so. I think just the one in Arizona closed.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about AMC because it's like when I worked there, it was a really, really good company. And as far as being an employee there, like the benefits that you get as far as like free movies, like you get a ticket and 2 for your friends in the summer, which is awesome. Like, but I'm sure they're trying to pack too many people in. And so like, I probably won't go to an AMC, even though it's my favorite chain of movies.
What's your favorite chain?
Yeah, because I worked there.
I mean, like, I can deal with AMC. Like, I get free movies there and stuff like that with my membership or whatever, but, like, it's definitely my least favorite chain.
Really?
What's
I
your
worked there.
favorite?
so.
Regal?
Hmm?
You like Regal?
Well, I
AMC
like,
bought Regal.
well, my favorite is Marcus, which is a Midwestern chain. That's the movie that I'm going to tomorrow. That's the theater. That's my favorite chain is Marcus Cinemas. All of their theaters are amazing. All their theaters are just awesome. I do like Regal kind of, but Harkins is definitely my favorite chain.
Harkins has way better popcorn. I will
Like-
give it to.
Like as far as like nationwide chains, Harkins is definitely my favorite.
But I think the AMC dine-ins are really, really nice. So
Most AMC dine-ins are pretty nice.
I've had
Oh, I
so
like
many bad experiences at AMC dine-ins, like
Really?
in Florida.
Really?
They're so sketchy.
oh,
The one
that's
at
great.
Esplanade, I love.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald goes there all the time.
Yeah, I like that theater a lot. I went there a lot. That's where I saw the last 3 movies I saw in theaters were at Esplanade.
Max and I have gone to 1 or 2 there. We saw a very funny movie there, but let's move on. It was
Ready
dark,
or Not. Great
dark
movie.
comedy. Dark comedy.
Great movie, Ready or Not.
What was that movie that we saw, the 3 of us, that was like really
Oh,
bad?
what was that movie called? I
I
don't
don't
remember
remember, but it
really
was-
the plot of
It
it.
was
Like,
a great first half.
like it was like something where like time was like mixed up or something like.
yeah, he was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
save
I don't
his
even
family-
know.
He was trying to save his family from being killed or something.
Actually,
yeah,
you
I'll
know,
try to find the name.
You know, I would.
Yeah,
consider-
his niece was killed or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he like tried to go, or like he knew in advance that his niece would be killed or something, and so he was trying to prevent it.
Yeah, and I remember they kept going back to this diner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll try to figure out the name of it. real
And
quick.
I would consider going back to that AMC because it was socially distancing 5 years ago.
Yeah, there's nobody
We
there
were the
anyway.
only 3 in the theater when we went to that movie.
Yeah,
I mean, when I worked there though, like there were some days, let me tell you, where it would get like absolutely packed.
I've been to a couple movies there that were pretty packed.
Yeah, but like
Lego Batman. I saw Lego Batman movie there, and
Packed?
that movie was packed with a bunch of small children.
oh yeah, Travis and I made the mistake of going to Toy Story 3 at like 11, Toy Story 4 at like
4.
yeah, Toy Story 4 at like 11 in the morning, and we were just like, it was just screaming kids the whole time. Great
Yeah,
movie, but
you
screaming
gotta,
kids.
for the kid movies, you gotta go at night.
Yeah, definitely. Max was like, that's your first mistake.
Yeah,
But oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe
Don't Let Go is what it was called.
like
Yeah.
when those like kids movies come out, we had like 8 theaters reserved for the morning before the theater even opens. Like they show it and like
Yeah.
to groups that buy like the theater, and it's tons of kids, and like they call people in super early. Like it's crazy. I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait till there's a vaccine and like, you know, we can go back to like
Anything.
yeah, like I like it's gonna be fun. And we got good vaccine news a couple days ago. So that was good to see. But going back to sports, so Jeremy and I did our rankings of all the numbers and
We have an update from Stacy about this. Well, Jesse's gone anyway. I don't know if we should wait because he this is kind of about Jesse. I don't know if we should wait for him to come back. Okay, Jesse, Stacy has something to say about your list. LeBron James wore the number 6 for 4 years and went to the NBA Finals all 4 years and won the championship 2 times in the number 6.
Bill Russell won 11 championships in 13 seasons.
Yeah, but LeBron James is a better player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
LeBron wasn't playing against 5'9" players every single time he went.
No, well, I'm sorry, but if you look back in the history of basketball, there was a lot of times when he played Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell did. So I'm sorry, but false. If we're gonna put LeBron at any number, it's 23, but I gotta put Jordan there. So, which I spoiled that. You'll find that out Monday if I really put Jordan there.
We're not having a show Thursday or Friday.
I mean, yes, you'll find out tomorrow. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Monday. Number 11, Mark Messier. Da-na. Number 12, Tom Brady. Da-na. Number 13, Wilt Chamberlain. Da-na. Number 14, Pete Rose. Da-na. Number 15, Patrick Mahomes. Da-na. Greatest all-time 15. Number 16, Joe Montana. Da-na. Number 17, John Havlicek. Da-na. Number 18, Peyton Manning. Da-na. Number 19, Tony Gwynn. Da-na. And number 20, Ed Reed. Da-na. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Do you disagree with any of those?
I completely agree 100% with everything you said, Jesse.
Patrick Mahomes at 15, 3 years in the NFL.
You know, I'd personally go with like Mario Chalmers or something like that.
Mario Chalmers.
But yeah.
All
I
right.
would have gone for Tyler Hero at number 14.
All right. We're gonna transition to our CBS reality TV segment.
I didn't watch tonight.
Okay, we won't talk about tonight. But
there's a lot to talk
you know
about.
What happened tonight?
I don't know anything about tonight.
Okay.
I had class during the Big Brother, so and I
Max.
forgot to record it, so I just need to wait till it comes on CBS All Access.
Max, you said Big Brother wrong.
It should be
Big Brother.
It should be on now. It goes on an hour after it airs West Coast time.
Okay. I'll
Right,
probably watch
Mallory.
it after we get done with this.
Mallory, Max, what do you guys think about it up to tonight?
Okay, well, going into tonight, Ian and Kazar are the only 2 people that I care about. The second that the 2 of them get eliminated, I might stop watching. I don't care about anyone else in the house. That's a lie. I won't stop watching, but still. Those are the 2 that I care about in the house.
I think a lot may disagree with me on this, but like my favorites are the people who are kind of running the house. I like Cody. I like Tyler. Which Twitter hates Nicole F, but I like Nicole F.
Nicole F, you see, I'm watching 18 right now. I know the result of 18. She was a steady underdog favorite for me in 16. I'm not minding her on 18 so far, so I'm all cool with her on 22. One person I'm hating on 22 is, I think, the person that, other than Nicole, is getting the most criticism, which is Memphis. I am not a fan of Memphis at all. I am so ready for him to be taken down a peg. I am waiting for that. I don't think it's going to happen
I don't know who's going to take a shot at him. Like, there's no one in my head like, oh, if they won HOH, they would put up Memphis. I don't know.
He thinks he's Dan, and the problem is everybody else does too. At this point, it feels like in the house. Like, nobody is going to take a shot. And I hate it.
what do you think about Paul in 18?
I'm very early on. I'm aware of what Paul is, because I have a friend who I've talked to a lot. Paul's one of their favorite players. I have another friend I talk to a lot who hates Paul.
It's
So
50-50. I like Paul.
I know where it lands. So far, I'm like 10 episodes in. I'm liking Paul. He's kind of playing from the bottom right now, and I usually like people who are playing from the bottom. It feels like that's starting to shift, though, so we'll see where that goes after I get done with that.
So do you guys know the nonprofit? I think it's a nonprofit organization, Big Brother, Big Sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I used to think Big Brother, the CBS show, was just like a reality show, like documenting like big brothers and big sisters.
Oh, there is one person I also want to ask you about on 18. Michelle. Is she on
Michelle?
17? No, she's on.
I don't think she's on 18.
Maybe she's on 17. Have you watched
Yeah.
17?
What?
Did you watch 17?
No, I'm gonna probably go back and watch that later because I know that she's only on for like 2 weeks. But also another person I love on 22, but she's on 18 also and on 17 too for briefly. Davon. I'm a really big fan of Davon, so I want to go probably back and watch like at least the first couple weeks of 17 to watch her. So
Mallory, do you
season choose?
Mallory, do you want to talk about Love Island, or can I talk about a couple of the people that were named for the Dancing with the Stars cast?
Oh, Dancing with the Stars cast! I have hot takes.
Carol Baskin is on the Dancing with the Stars cast.
Michelle is on Big Brother 18. I just looked it up.
Big Brother 8. Oh, God,
Did you hear what I said though? That Carol Baskin.
Do you have a picture of her? Because I don't want to look her up because I don't want to know the results, but I don't know who she is. Oh, okay. I think I know who that is.
Max, what are your hot?
He hasn't done much yet.
Max, what are your hot takes about the Carol Baskin cast of Dancing with the Stars?
Well, I haven't watched Tiger King, so I don't know anything really about Carol Baskin other than like
good chance she killed her husband.
She might have murdered someone. That's all I know.
It's a little like having OJ on the cast, but like OJ is a little more damning. But
so
who else is on?
Okay,
Nelly.
So here's my thing. Nelly is great, awesome. I love Nelly. St. Louis Cardinals fan. I saw him throw out the first pitch at a Cardinals game one time. I actually have a Cardinals bobblehead of Nelly, where he's wearing a full Cardinals uniform. But so I'm very excited about Nelly. But here's my thing: AJ McLean and Johnny Weir.
Hold on, have you heard AJ McLean's country song? Look it up. Awful.
Probably.
It's called Back Porch Bottle Service.
But he's the best. He's the best Backstreet Boy, and so the two of them have a major advantage. They are basically professional dancers. Like, I don't understand how they can be on Dancing with the Stars. Watch any recent Backstreet Boys video. AJ McLean is almost always the best dancer in them. He's also the best
Backstreet Boys video.
He's
Mallory, put it on the poll. Hold on. Put it on the poll. Does it surprise you that Max is watching recent Backstreet Boys videos?
They just released an album. It was really, really good. Their most recent album is probably their second best album, honestly. Go listen to No Place. No Place is one of their best songs. Honestly, like legitimately one of their best songs. I went to a concert last year of them. It was in Chicago. It was great. They're awesome.
Which arena? I'm guessing Allstate.
No, it was United Center.
Really?
Yeah, it was packed. I mean, I was the only person under the age of like 30, but that was still okay. So yeah, AJ McLean, totally rigged. Same with Johnny Weir, Johnny Weir is a professional dancer, but on ice. It's a lot easier to be a professional dancer on solid ground. So this should be easier for him.
Yeah, they've had they've had figure skaters, ice skaters on before that have done really well, that have won the show,
Yeah, I guarantee Johnny Weir and AJ McLean are going to be the final two because they're going to be the two best dancers.
They also have the habit of, when there are people with dancing spirits on there, being extra hard on them. Heather Morris from Glee, who was also a backup dancer for Beyonce, so was a professional dancer like all her life, got the first all 10s of the season, and then got voted off in like week 3. So like it's about the votes too, not just the talent.
Yeah, I feel like Nelly's gonna be okay. I feel like Vernon Davis will be a solid person on it. Like athletes usually do well, football players usually do well. I haven't watched the show in probably like 10 years, so I'm not really an expert on it, but I'm gonna watch this year because they've got AJ and Nelly, so I'll watch it for those two.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it because I'm going to watch it because of Vernon Davis, because he helped
And because
out
there's
my-
nothing else to do. Let's just be honest.
Also, yeah, true. Also, Vernon Davis helped out my football team because Jordan Reed can't stay on the field. So Vernon Davis had a career revitalization, I guess is how you would say it, with the Washington football team. And so I'm going to be rooting for Vernon this whole time. But Mallory, do you have anything on Love Island, or do you just want to wrap it up here?
Well, I just wanted to say Sky Jackson should be interesting on that as well, on Dancing with the Stars as well. She's from Jessie, Disney Channel star, and Caitlin Bristow, former Bachelorette. That's who I'm going to be rooting for this season. I think we'll talk about Dancing with the Stars more on future shows, and we can even have Dancing with the Stars expert on the show, Naomi Reisman, friend of Val Schmerkovsky, so it will be interesting to get her insight on the show. Huh?
Who?
Val Schmerkovsky.
Also, is everyone going to be quarantined for Dancing with the Stars?
That's what I was wondering too.
That's gonna be boring. Like, you're literally just like living in some hotel just so that you can dance, and it's probably gonna be like with no audience, which is gonna be super lame in like some ballroom in a hotel. So
By the way,
we'll see
Masked
how
Singer's coming back too.
The only episode I watched was the one after the Super Bowl. To be
Can't wait.
completely honest.
Can't wait till people start guessing A-list celebrities for it again, even though it's
So it's like
clearly proven that no A-list celebrities will ever be on it.
Brock is an A-list celebrity. Lil Wayne is an A-list celebrity.
2020.
I mean, that album that he put out, I mean, he's on every rap song still. Like, every rap song featuring Lil Wayne. Like,
I'm not sure in 2020 you can call Lil Wayne A-list.
I would say he's A- list.
No, maybe B-, C+.
B-?
Yeah,
Yeah.
His last album was a massive smash.
A-list celebrities, people like the Kardashians in 2020. Who else?
I feel like people don't care as much about them as they used to.
People that
The
go in
Jenners,
public,
maybe.
If you go in public, like everyone recognizes you. Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande.
Or I would say, like, if you go on, like, tabloids, like, every 3 weeks, if they're in a tabloid, they're A-list. Like,
If I saw Lil Wayne has so many face tattoos, you're going to know that's Lil Wayne.
but when's the last time you saw Lil Wayne in a tabloid?
Well, that doesn't have much drama. Like, it doesn't seem like he's
That's the
got
point.
like.
You kind of have to be A-list, I feel.
Drake is more A-list than Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
yeah.
true. But Lil Wayne I would say that Lil Wayne has the more illustrious career and is way more respected in the rap community.
He's probably more respected, I agree.
Yeah, but like overall, like he's not getting mobbed in public.
I'd like to go to Lil Wayne's town and see what happens. I feel like he would be super nice to approach, though. Like, he seems like a super nice guy.
Yeah, maybe. But Love Island, we've got some drama. This girl, Lauren, came in hot. She does not care who is in a couple. She's coming to stir things up. And America voted for her to go on a date with, drum roll please, Connor, who's in a very happy relationship with Mackenzie. Did
Wow.
Mackenzie take this well? Absolutely not. She thinks America hates her now. She's like, why would America vote for someone to take out my boyfriend on a date? Mackenzie told this new girl, Lauren, that they made it official that they're boyfriend and girlfriend. Connor says he never asked Mackenzie to be his girlfriend.
Ooh, yikes. I've seen Mackenzie at a D-backs game, just reminding everyone. But I got one more thing before we wrap up and do the polls. One of my like favorite professors had a tragic accident and passed away. And
Not the best time to cut out. Yeah.
wrote this really big
Jesse, I'm just gonna stop you right here. You did cut out during that, so you might
How where?
Just
right at the beginning.
So some sad news before we move on to polls. One of my favorite professors, Shanna Hogan, freshman year 201, taught me the basics of print writing. I would not be here today where I am without her instruction. She was like, if you wanted a good basic, journalism instruction, she was amazing at it. Super funny, super nice, super understanding. She fell in her pool and something happened and she passed away. And so it's just sad. I'm sad. A lot of people are sad at Cronkite. She's one of she was a lot of people's favorite professor that I found out. And if you want to donate, just look up Shanna Hogan GoFundMe online and donate there. So I did today. So it's sad. It sucks. So that's all I gotta say on that. But polls, go back to Monday nights.
Okay, let's see here. Should the trade deadline be after the season? 75% no. Was it a huge shocker talking about Matt's hair?
You remember Matt's bleach blonde hair,
No.
Max?
75% yes. Is Shampoo Gate expiring? 75% yes. Was BTS performance the best part of the VMAs? 57% yes. Did not blow up like we were expecting.
Yeah, I was really excited for us to become BTS stands.
Did you use hashtag BTS?
I did hashtag BTS, hashtag VMAs, hashtag Dynamite BTS, hashtag Dynamite, hashtag Army.
How'd that not get like a million votes?
Army.
It only got 7 votes.
God, how did that only get
I don't
7
know.
votes?
You know how
Is
the Army
double zero a number? Got 13.
because when the Heat announced when they announced Josh Richardson when he was 0, when they announced Myers Leonard, for other people to say number 13, Bam Adebayo. If it's 0, they'll just go right into it. 0, Myers Leonard. I don't know if 0 is so is 0, double zero a number. 69% yes.
Nice.
Do you know who Winnie Harlow is? 57% of course. Does it surprise you that Max is watching recent Backstreet Boys videos? 71% no.
Go listen to No Place. It's great.
All right, follow
No Place. It's an amazing song. The video's legitimately heartwarming and great.
All right, follow us on Twitter at the letter Y and then So Serious Show. We may have some news coming up here soon, so stay tuned for that. Watch our show tomorrow too.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow. I'm gonna be reviewing a movie.